Dinosaur bones.
Meteorites.
Steel that's carved like the leather stirrups on a Western saddle.
Damascus steel.
Like they make swords out of.
Carbon fiber.
Hardwood.
Manly things.
Hardwood.
You already said that.
I know. I just like the sound of it. Hardwood.
It does have a nice ring to it.
Ring. I see what you did there.
I'm sorry. I got us off track.
Kessler's has wedding bands for men.
Real men.
Made of manly things.
He wants you to wear a big, beautiful diamond so that everyone you meet will know how much he loves you.
Why not insist that he wears something equally cool?
You'll tell your grandkids about the day you went shopping for this wedding band at Kessler's when they ask,
"Where did you get such a cool ring? And what is it made of?"
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Show the world what your business is made of with 3 Tree Marketing.
So at 3 Tree, we're storytellers through merchandise. Every brand we work with has a unique story, and we're there to tell it using merchandise, display, appreciation, and gifting.
President Kevin Van Rossum knows that's important.
There's promo peddlers again, or tchotchke vendors, or whatever cliche people want to use. But we work with our client partners to become an extension of their team. We provide ideas, unique offerings that fit budget, timing, as well as messaging.
Check out why 3 Tree is the partner you need. 3treemarketing.com.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people with different political views and life experiences are coming together through the power of conversation, and it feels good. Hear more at lovehasnolabels.com/one small step. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
Starting off with a relatively quiet morning, we've got a little bit of a backup on 41 northbound coming out of the Zoo Interchange up past Watertown Plank Road. A little bit slow on southbound 43 just south of Capitol Drive through that construction zone, heading down towards Locust. But other than that, for the most part, we're looking pretty good. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast, an excessive heat warning from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. tonight for all of southeast Wisconsin. That excessive heat warning continues until 7 p.m. tomorrow for most of southeast Wisconsin as well. But for today, very hot and humid, mostly sunny, a high of 100 with a heat index of 105 to 115. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 73. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
This is why it's so
I would
hard.
put Justin Herbert really, really good. Where's Justin Fields?
Okay, hold on just a damn second.
Go.
What'd you just say about Herbert?
Yeah, we're going to say the same thing, Chew.
Really good?
Hey,
Shut up! Enough already, Ballstein! Who cares about Derek Zoolander anyway? The man has only one look, for Christ's sake! Blue Steel? Ferrari? Latidra? They're the same thing!
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm your attorney. I advise you to proceed cautiously into this one, okay?
So there's not a lot of really, really good.
I'm pouting. This is me pouting.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills! I invented the piano key necktie! I invented it! What have you done, Derek? Nothing!
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight. He ain't doing nothing but running his mouth. Talk about it.
I have been encouraged, advised, told. They were supposed to start the show with a Chewy was right.
I didn't agree with that.
And we're not going any further.
I gave him the option to just say it instead of play it.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to say it either, so it doesn't matter.
All right, then we're not going any further as a show in solidarity until you play it.
Is he more stubborn than you?
Look at that. He lasted all of a half second before he moved on.
No, because I don't need it.
Damn it, Chewy.
I don't need it. The fact that you brought it up is enough for me, but I think he may be more stubborn than you. Or is it just me?
It depends.
I think when it comes to you, he wants to fight back with you, and I don't know why.
But he was so adamant about no. That's it.
In fairness, I thought Gabe was agreeing with me when he made his comment at the table, so I got way more confident. And then when I was wrong, I was too far to back down. So
Did you hear what happened?
Yeah.
When you were on the He was pretty adamant.
But he's got to play it.
I'm not playing it.
Why not?
I don't believe it.
But what do you mean you don't believe
I don't believe it.
Right, but this is a team, right?
Yes.
And you have to do what's in the best interest of the team. And the three of us want you to play it.
That sounds more like bullying to me.
But we're not bullying.
No, it's
We
just
haven't
majority
started,
rules.
Yeah.
Were you wrong?
No.
Also,
No.
Gabe has said that the show cannot go on until you play it.
But
you want what is in the best interest of the show.
You were also wrong.
We can't prove that.
Yeah, I mean, a simple Google search.
Yes. You're going to lose your producer license.
Chewy was right.
Thank you.
Holy,
There it
Chewy
is.
was right.
Thank you.
This show's under protest.
Already?
Great.
Yesterday it was
File it with your supervisor.
Yesterday it was the power rankings. We need a sign that says days since not under protest.
We need a disclaimer.
Not a lot of
We need
protesting
a lot of things around here.
Yes.
about Jordan Love yesterday at practice, guys. And again, we will disclaim away everything by saying it is practice. We are still in the preseason. We have not reached the regular season yet, and therefore you have to take all of this with a grain of salt. But it did seem like, again, if a few weeks ago Jordan Love had his best practice ever on a Saturday, I think it was a Saturday, I'm pretty sure it was like a Saturday, random Saturday, this sounded like it was a pretty good practice from the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. And so I go back to, I'm excited. I'm not crowning Jordan Love as the next great thing. I'm not already starting to sculpt a bust for Canton. But I am saying I'm excited about the possibility of Jordan Love leading this team to an elite level. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm not going to feel bad about being excited about a guy who has paid his dues, a guy who did all of the things right, by all accounts anyway, and is now having success in the steps leading up to the regular season. So don't come at me and tell me I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth and I only want the good. I don't want to pay attention to the bad. I'm excited. And I think there's a lot of people out there who are excited as well, who are excited about what this team can do this season, Gabe.
But, I mean, what can they do this season?
Win games.
Not many.
What do you mean, not many?
It's still a young roster.
Yes.
They have the youngest receiving corps in the NFL since the 2017 Cleveland Browns.
Can confirm.
What did the 2017 Cleveland Browns do?
I think they lost every game.
They lost every single game they played. All right, so that's not a good precedent, not a good place to start.
Right, but you don't necessarily know if that's why they lost every single game. But that's like, what do they call that evidence? It is...
circumstantial.
Yes. Like the whole causation.
No, I'm not saying that's a reason. I mean, that played into them losing every single game. Like, yeah, but if they had a really good wide receiver, I bet they win one game.
Even if he was young?
If he was a veteran wide receiver.
No, even if he's young. They have a really good one. There have been really good, Justin Jefferson. There have been really good young wide receivers.
Who's at Cincinnati's had some good ones.
Yeah,
Didn't
Jamar
Chase or the other guy have a really
those
good year?
guys were more complete. Like, these guys are still growing. Yeah. Like my problem is this team needs to grow. We need to give them room to grow.
Yes.
Instead
Absolutely.
of trying to heap these expectations upon
It's
them.
not even expectations. It's you're allowed to be excited about the possibility of greatness.
In
That's
2024.
I mean,
They're not going to be great in 23. There's not. They're not going to be great this year. They won't. Full stop.
I don't think you know that. I think, and again, I don't know why you're so pessimistic about this. In previous years,
I'm not pessimistic. I'm not pessimistic.
You're
That's
realistic.
Yes, 100%. This is a young team. Young teams need room to grow. Chewy, you guys had a young team in 1992, in 1993. Aaron Rodgers had a pretty young team, albeit with some veterans still sprinkled in. And guess what they did? They took some time to grow. You guys went 9-7, 9-7, 9-7. Then you hit your stride and you won a Super Bowl.
So your argument is that all of that evidence of what young teams have done in the past is indicative, undoubtedly indicative of what is going to happen with this team this year.
Because they're young. Because that's what you need in the NFL. You can have a player or two. You can have a Justin Jefferson. You can have a Jamar Chase burst onto the scene. But what else did they have around them? I mean, there are other veterans on that team when the Cincinnati Bengals went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. But even when Jamar Chase was young, even when Joe Burrow was young, there were growing pains that they experienced in order to get to the level that they're at right now. This team isn't special in that it gets to skip the growing pains portion of of team building in the NFL.
No, they don't get to skip it, but you can accelerate it. And that's what I'm saying is I understand what you're using. I understand all of the evidence, quote unquote, that you are trying to use to say that this team is not going to be great. But you can accelerate that process. And I think that as the league goes on, they continue to figure out ways to accelerate that process. Comparing something that is going to happen in 2023 to what happened in 1996 or 1994 and 1995. And like, I understand, but things have evolved. And I don't think it's going to be as stark a evolution as you're claiming it will be.
Give me an example of a team that's this young. 4 players over 30. That's it.
It's not even a matter of this young, but there are teams that have been young compared to the league average of their individual year. The Philadelphia Eagles, the Seattle Seahawks, and the New Orleans Saints are teams that were young compared to the league average that ended up winning the Super Bowl.
Sure, but this is going to be like the youngest team in the league.
Yeah, this would be hands down the youngest by far. That's why I'm sticking to the 3 year.
And why are you saying the word super? So you think this team can win the Super Bowl?
No, I'm simply saying those were teams that were younger than the league average that had the ultimate level of success.
But they also they had a lot of young players, certainly. A lot of young players. Sprinkled in veterans. The Packers themselves. Like, Chewy, you've pointed this out, and it's become more apparent to everybody else, finally, as preseason has rolled on.
Yeah.
Anders Carlson's going to cost him a game, if not multiple games.
Yeah, more than one.
Brian Gutekunst doesn't believe this team is going to be great in 2023. He doesn't. He thinks that this team has the potential to be really good in 24. That's why, hey, we're going to go through our growing pains with our quarterback, with our kicker, with our young wide receivers. And then when we've got money to spend in 24 and 25, that's when we can be.
I guess I just don't understand why. Even if you know the team is going to have growing pains, even if you know there is going to be a learning curve, you're not willing to be excited, Gabe. This is what's crazy to me is like, yeah.
Then you're not listening. You're just not listening because I've said I am really excited to watch this team grow. I am really excited to watch this team grow together. But my expectations are still 6-7 wins.
But why aren't you excited about Jordan Love exceeding expectations? Why aren't you excited about him potentially surprising people?
Because the offense is not going to get them to where they need to be. It has to be the defense. I have zero confidence in the defense. I am not drinking the Kool-Aid again. I'll tell you that. And the coaching staff, or not the coaching staff, but the management has said it. The defense is going to have to carry us early. I ain't drinking Kool-Aid. This offense, yes, it could be very good. But if I was a betting man, they're going to finish 16, 17, 18, right? Mm-hmm. And here's the thing with Jordan when he has a good practice. And I'm going to explain to you what all Oneida is. And I'm not saying he's all Oneida, but you just have to guard yourself against that. When Jordan has a good day, I always go to what Clifford the Big Red Dog do. Because if Clifford the Big Red Dog was the starting quarterback of this team, they would probably win 1 or 2 games. So based upon what he's done so far, he's done really well. Olo Nida, back when I played, it was guys that played in shorts and helmets that exceeded expectations. That's Olo Nida. They don't go full pads anymore. They go shells, which, back when I played, fell into the Olo Nida category because you're not getting hit. You're nowhere near full speed. That's just how it works. So that's why I based, how did Clifford the Big Red Dog do? Because if you look at his stats in the preseason in games, to me, he should be a second-round pick, which I don't think is true. So we have to wait and see to when this thing is real, because the difference between real and what they do now is so far apart than what we used to do.
But why wouldn't you give some of that?
That's why I'm just going into it with just dipping my toes.
Why wouldn't you give some of that credit, though, to the coaching staff? Like, if Tom Clements is this great quarterbacks coach that Aaron Rodgers took out of retirement because he wanted to align himself with him, why can't we give Tom Clements some credit for being able to, again, accelerate the process of a guy like Sean Clifford?
Because we don't know if what...
It just doesn't
we don't know what the acceleration is.
But we're so willing to say that because Sean Clifford has been putting good stuff on paper, it's somehow an indictment of Jordan Love.
Well, Chewy just asked the question. I don't know if he's asking the question. Critical thinker that Chewy is.
I think yesterday he was pretty adamant about it affecting his opinion of Jordan Love. I think that was pretty clear.
Yes, it is right now. Just because I'm saying the gap between when we played, when things were full speed, and we went live at times, the gap from what they do now to what we did, it's not even close. That's why you have to wait. I mean, look at quarterbacks who started last year as his rookies. Desmond Ridder in Atlanta wasn't very good.
No.
So all of a sudden, Tom Clemens is going to make Clifford the Big Red Dog into a hell of a player. Doesn't happen like that. It just doesn't. I mean, I was a 6, had Andy Reid. I wasn't even close to playing as a young guy. 5th, and then Tom Clemens is turning him into a 2nd.
But you've talked all the time about guys' ability to process, Chew, and how that is the difference maker between guys who make it and who don't. So maybe Sean Clifford's ability to process at this level is a lot higher than people thought it was.
If Sean Clifford was a starting quarterback day one, how many games would the Packers win?
I don't know. How many games do you think they're going to win with Jordan Love as the quarterback?
I said 6 or 7.
So less than 6?
Yes.
Less than 3?
If Sean Clifford was the starting quarterback of this team, they'd have the number 1 pick next year.
Yes. I agree.
Is there a part of you that thinks that's the hope? Is there a part of you that thinks...
No, not at all. Because I think most people say that Jordan Love, we know, is going to be good. We don't know if he's going to be really good. I highly doubt if he's going to be really good.
That's where I'm at. I just want to see what he does in the regular season. I want to see what he does throughout the flow of an entire game, not just a couple of series. I want to see the next evolution. He's checking the boxes along the way, but I want to see what does he do after he throws that interception.
I guess, what are you protecting yourself from? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Top 5 defense. That's what we're protecting ourselves from.
Are you protecting yourself from being hurt? Are you protecting yourself from getting your expectations too high? Because, Gabe, you are notoriously a Packers fan. And it's surprising me a little bit that all of a sudden you've become... You're more in the Jason Wilde category of, I'm not a fan, I'm an analyst. I'm not a fan, I'm a reporter.
No, I'm a fan.
What do you want us to say? 10 games? 9 games?
No. I just want there to be an excitement level. I want there to be...
There is an excitement level.
Yeah, but it's all tinged with negativity. It's all tinged with 6 wins.
That's not negative. That's realistic. So I can't have realistic expectations.
Who says they're realistic expectations? You keep going back to the fact that they're young. I've got an entire list. No, I've got an entire list here, Gabe, of teams that won games, big games, made it to the Super Bowl, and were the same age as this Packers team. And when we come back from break, I can rattle through all of these teams that were the same age as this Green Bay Packers team that ended up, I don't know how, I can't imagine, but defied all the odds.
Good defensive coordinator.
But won a boatload of games. We'll do that right after this on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Get perked up. Let me tell you guys about Perky's Old Fashioned. It's the Old Fashioned mix with booze already inside. They have both brandy and bourbon options. I'm more of a brandy guy, but I had the bourbon one when we were out at the ESPN Milwaukee Open.
It looked good, Gabe.
The bourbon one was a lot better than I was anticipating. It's really good. So I've got to have now both in my house, just, depending upon my mood. So you can get Grandma Perky's Secret wherever, whenever. All you have to do is add soda. Perky's is great for boat days, weddings, holiday parties, and everything in between. Football games with those approaching. Find Perky's near you and go to Perky'sOldFashioned.com. Perky's Old Fashioned, locally made, Wisconsin made. Your bartender in a bottle.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We do have a broken down vehicle on northbound 41, just about at Blue Mountain Road. It's blocking the right lane. So heads up with that. It's backing things up through the Zoo interchange pretty much in all directions. The other heavy spot's just going to be southbound on 43, just south of Capitol Drive, right through that construction zone. Nothing major anywhere else, really. Traffic is brought to you by Carroll University's targeted MBA program, the perfect choice for ambitious professionals seeking career advancement. Visit carrollu.edu/MBA to apply for the fall. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, an excessive heat warning from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. today for all of southeast Wisconsin. That excessive heat warning continues until 7 p.m. on Thursday for most of the local counties here. But today, very hot and humid, mostly sunny, a high of 100 with a heat index of 105 to 115. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 73. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
From the tee box to the green and everything golf-related in between.
Same thing with Xander and Cantlay. Like those four, because you know you're just going to pair them together. Like those four are safe on this Ryder Cup team. They're safe in 2 years on that Ryder Cup team.
On the tee with Gabe Neitzel and Stephen Watson.
Like JT and Spieth are still your horses. Like they are still your first team out.
On the tee with Gabe and Steven, presented by Wisconsin Golf Trips. Mondays at 6 on 94.5 ESPN.
Man, this is a nice truck. Yeah, check this out. What? I changed it to remind me of my time at sea. Weren't you in the Air Force? Yeah, but I really love the ocean. You could save and get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender, leaving you with extra to spend on other things. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loans must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at NavyFederal.org.
So you're in the middle of a kitchen update, and you can't tell if that's a faucet stem or a flange. With the Home Depot app, doing doesn't miss a beat. It'll find what you need in a snap, and it'll show you how to find it in store with a tap. Or get it delivered free. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Big trucks can cause big damage. Injuries can be severe and may require a lifetime of care and compensation. Call Gruber Law Offices today. We can help you from the safety and comfort of your own home. Our virtual sign-up process is quick and easy. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
A cat store!
Want to go see it?
Yeah!
Let's finally bring your mom's Illinois family a true taste of Wisconsin.
Right off I-94 in Kenosha, Mars Cheese Castle is a Wisconsin landmark. Along with over 1,000 cheeses, Mars has a meat market, bakery, bar, and restaurant. Spreads, curds, sausages, kringles. Make Mars Cheese Castle a lunch stop and enjoy the best grilled cheese or Reuben on the planet. Make today your day to go to Mars.
Yeah!
Exit 340 in Kenosha.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So overrated.
Come on, his head is a pumpkin.
Yeah, he's so right. Chewy's never been more right about anything.
Chewy was right.
Yeah.
Holy, Chewy was right.
Yeah.
Imagine the helmet on that dome. It'd be the first 8.5 size helmet. What the?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Are you listening? Whoa. Sing it back. Oh.
Reaction rolling in on the ESPN Milwaukee talk and text line. Brian in the Shaw weighing in saying, Jen, just remember Gabe was pounding the table last year saying there was no chance Aaron Jones was on this team. Let Chewy and Gabe have their poopy pants. Not saying the Packers are going to the Super Bowl this year, but I am excited to watch this season more than I have been in years.
Again, I get painted in this corner. I'm excited to watch this team. I get painted in this corner.
You're pooped in this corner.
I mean, over there once or twice.
Show a little excitement then. Because every conversation that we have about the Packers, it doesn't feel like you're excited. So maybe you have said the words, I am excited. I'm excited about the Packers. Well, but everything you say then is tinged with, but it's going to suck. But they're going to suck. But they're going to win 6 games.
That's just the reality of the situation.
You don't know that that's the reality. You've convinced yourself that it's the reality because of the youth.
Yes. Because youth wins all the time in the NFL.
Stay strong.
But it also
youth wins all the time.
But it also doesn't always lose.
These are the same.
It doesn't always lose.
These
Gabe.
are the same people that we're having a top 5 defense this year. I have top 5, and they finished 17.
Well, that's because,
what
again,
happened?
Mina Kimes last year said that they were going to be a top 5 defense.
She wasn't alone. She wasn't alone.
But again,
there were a lot of them that said top 10.
But again, they don't always lose. That's the point, is young rosters don't always lose. Yes, young rosters take their lumps. Yes, young rosters have a learning curve they have to overcome, but they don't always lose. This list here of the youngest teams in NFL history included the 1971 Miami Dolphins, which were 26.4, who went 10-3 that season. Like that's what I'm saying. There are examples of teams that have had young rosters, the youngest of their respective seasons, and haven't won 6 games. Have won double digits. And so, again, from an excitement standpoint, I guess, again, taking in all of the information, taking in all of the data, still feeling excited about what this team could hold, what the possibilities are.
Yeah, for 2024. Like, I want to see this team grow. I want to see, but just because I have expectations, so what I'm supposed to go, 10 wins, 12 wins, is that going to make everybody feel better?
Yeah, that will make them feel better.
They're going undefeated, 17-0.
Wait, wouldn't it make people feel better if they won 10 games?
No,
me saying they're going to win 10 games. That's going to make people feel better?
Again, who cares if
do I want to go 17-0? 17? Should I start being 17-0 guy? I can be that guy.
You were at one point in time.
Yeah, because I thought, because they had realistic chances at winning the Super Bowl when they had Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and Clay Matthews and, guys that were all pros. There's a lot of young talent on this roster. The problem is it's young, and not all of it is going to develop at the same time. That's the problem.
I like my prediction. I'm not moving off of it.
The one tight end that had any sort of legitimate tight end, because Josiah DeGuara is a glorified fullback at this point. Their one tight end with even just an ounce of NFL experience is out for the year. They put him on IR yesterday.
Smitty?
There's just going to be growing pains within this team. They're still trying to figure out what their offensive line looks like. They're hoping that Devondre Campbell can recapture what he did in 2021. There's just so many ifs down the roster. You're not going to hit all of them. You're going to hit some of them.
I think it's a lot like last year. I think this team will be much better come towards the last third of the season than they will be at the beginning. I think there's going to be growing pains. Now, we thought last year that they would pull out of it. We were like, all right, they're going to start slow and then make a run at the end and maybe sneak into the playoffs. Well, that didn't happen.
And I understand there's excitement around Rashawn Gary as well, because he participated in one-on-one drills, did a little bit of teamwork yesterday as well. And, okay, maybe he's ready to go for week 1. I don't think he's going to be full bore week 1. I think he's going to be kind of put him in there on obvious passing downs, try to let him get that, try to ease him back in. And he's one of your best players, right? Rashawn Gary's top 5 player for this team?
Yes, at least.
And it's going to take him a while. I mean, it took Elton Jenkins about half of a year coming off of an ACL. Granted, he was playing every single down to kind of get back into the swing of things. It's going to be the same for Rashawn Gary. Who knows when Eric Stokes is going to be able to come back? He's been frustrated. He's trying to work his way back, still on PUP, probably going to start the regular season there.
What is the average age of this Packers roster? I know it's going to change. It could change, likely will change, but what is it right now?
Right now, according to A to Z Sports, 25.62. So I'm 25 and a half?
25 and a half. According to bookies.com, which again sounds very reputable.
Reputable. I haven't gotten to see
the average age of every Super Bowl roster, has been 26 years, 5 months.
Yeah. It's pretty significant.
A year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When you're taking a look at the average ages of NFL teams, it's not like they fluctuate. One team's average age is 30 and the other one's 22.
You think a year is super significant? I don't think it's that big. So again, we're talking about 1 year, 26.5 versus
we're talking about
25.6.
You talk about the jump from 2 to 3. Right?
Yes.
Year 2 to year 3. That's a pretty big jump, right? That's just 1 year.
Yes.
But that's the big jump that a lot of these players that they're going to be relying upon haven't made yet.
And then 3 to 4, you pretty much know where that player is going to be.
What adjustments, though, can be made, Chew, for a young roster? Again, we have talked, I feel like, ad nauseum about this, but the motion that obviously Matt LaFleur is employing on the offensive side of the ball and how that is supposed to help a young quarterback, because when they put guys in motion, the defense has to stay honest, right? You run a guy from the left side over to the right side, you get to see what the defense is doing, whether or not that guy follows or not, that type of stuff. So what other things can you do to help mitigate having a young roster?
Do what they're doing now. Don't sign veterans. Make them take most of the reps.
No. I mean schematically.
Schematically, it's tough because I said the biggest thing is and we saw it last year with some of the young players. They just don't know how to play hurt. It's different when you're injured. Most guys don't know how to play hurt. So I would anticipate your tight ends, Musgrave and stuff, they're probably going to miss 3, 4, 5 games. And that's a position where there is no depth. We don't know if Kraft can play. He hasn't really done anything.
Nope.
We know DeGuara can play a little bit.
We know DeGuara can block.
And that's the other thing you're discounting. I mean, what happens, let's say Musgrave is out and Watson is out. How do you attack a defense? Run the ball? That sounds wonderful. You don't think they're going to load the box or give Dobbs a little, extra attention, and then you lose Jalen Reed for 3 games and couple that.
Did they get COVID? How is the roster just depleted?
How many games did Watson and Dobbs miss last year?
Sure, but again, I have been on the record as saying that Watson came into the league and was slight. He was going to take those hits over the middle, and it was going to be a big wake-up call playing in the NFL.
But injuries happen in the NFL.
Yes. Sure, but not to an entire roster. You guys are doomsdaying again. What happens if Tucker Kraft gets injured? What happens if Jaden Reed gets injured? What happens if, we're just taking out the entire wide receiver room? That's why I joked
I'm not saying at one time. I'm just saying throughout the year there are going to be players that miss games, and young guys just don't know how.
Even if just one of those, if Reed, Watson, or Dobbs miss a couple of games.
Yeah, it changes your game plan.
Samori
changes it a lot. Well, then you're starting
Malik Heath?
Torrey.
Ooh, everybody's excited about Malik Heath, except for you. You're not excited at all.
I'm not falling into the trap of making people happy with my prediction.
But that's not what I'm asking you to do.
I'm not going to be a part of that radio show.
I'm not asking you to do that.
If you want me to be a part of that, go listen to another station.
That's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to be excited about this team.
I am excited about this team. I want to see them grow because I think if they continue to grow like this, they could possibly be in the Super Bowl in 3 years. They're not going to be in it this year.
Oh, you think they're only going to win 6 games
6 or 7, and I'm not alone.
Vegas believes that.
Yes.
Vegas has them favored in 3 games.
So every time you see good things coming out of practice, you're just dismissing them outright. You won't be able to take...
No.
Then tell me thread the needle for me. Tell me what we're doing with the information out of practice.
It's practice. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about the information we're getting out of practice. I saw one reporter tell me that Jordan Love was 15 of 25 yesterday. Got off to a slow start, hit some shots late. I had another reporter reading his article this morning saying he was 13 of 20, but a couple of those probably wouldn't have been actual completions because he would have been sacked. The information we get from practice is good. I'm glad we have this information. I'm just not using it as the be-all, end-all of... Super Bowl champions.
But what are
Let's
you
go
using?
Get the tattoos.
But then what are you using? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you're only using the youth and the average age of this team, I got a list here. 2013 Seattle Seahawks, average age 26.4, went 13-3. 1996 Patriots, average age 26.7, went 11-5. So that's what I'm saying to you. There are young rosters that have figured out ways to win double-digit games.
That's not a young roster. That's about league average rosters.
These were the youngest of their respective seasons.
With Tom Brady and Russell Wilson, who we already knew what players they are. I mean, it's hindsight's 2020. Russell Wilson, at the time, you're probably like, they may win 7 games. We already know what he did in that season. He played outside his mind. Tom Brady, same thing. We have nothing on Jordan Love. We have 2 preseason games, some practices, 2 crappy games he played in one decent game in mop-up against Philadelphia. That's our sample size. That's it. I can't go in and say, 9 games. If they don't win 9 games, they're going to stink. They could win 5 games, and I could be like, you know what? I really like this team.
I love the Bears last year.
Especially that. I mean, you were talking about different. I mean, that team, that Patriots team. I mean, veterans were more. I mean, 26 years old now in the NFL is about an average team.
But that's the average age of the Packers. You just told me it was 25.6.
25 and a half.
And last year they were 26.5. I assume that was skewed by
16, yes. So
Rodgers.
that was 16th in the league
last year. The other thing is, what has changed defensively where you're like, I think they're going to be much better than last year?
What has changed? The only thing I can point to that we know has changed is the players went to Barry and said, we don't like the way you've been running things. We would rather run things this way. And Barry said that he listened.
I'll believe it when I see it.
And you won't be able to see it until the regular season.
Correct.
Because they're not going to be trotting that out there during
100%.
800-990-3776. Should the guys be more excited about the Green Bay Packers? They're obviously sticking to their 6 wins. Should they be more excited, especially as we continue to get more and more positive information out of camp? Let us know. 800-990-3776.
Best place to shop at Diamond Engagement Rings in Milwaukee. It's only the Jewelry Center. Their team of specialists will help you bring her dream ring to life. They sure did for me. I kind of had an idea what my wife was looking for.
Stop looking at me when you do this read, by the way. Stop looking at me.
I'm just, looking around the room.
You stare right at me every time.
Jen already has a ring. Chewy already got a ring for his wife. Of the people in this conversation, there's one that this information seems most pertinent to.
I'll give you a ring, buddy.
Jeez, that was a little aggressive, Ashton. But still, if the time comes,
Dino.
Dean the Dancing Machine at the Jewelry Center. Maybe you don't have any idea what kind of ring you want to get her. Go to her Pinterest page, print out some ideas, take them in with the Jewelry Center. Their helpful team will always point you in the right direction. Learn more about their diamond jewelry selection at shoptjc.com or stop in at any one of their 3 locations, Greenfield, Brookfield, or in Burlington.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Got a couple of issues just north of the zoo. One, a broken down vehicle pretty much in the zoo interchange. The right lane is blocked there. And then another broken down vehicle right about at Blue Mound Road, again blocking the right lane. Squads are with both of these. They're being taken care of, but it's going to be there for a while. We got backups through the zoo interchange all the way back to Greenfield Avenue, so heads up with that. Southbound on 43, backing up from about Silver Spring all the way down to North Avenue. Then it starts to let up in towards the Marquette. Traffic is brought to you by the Big Backyard at Maddie's Bar and Grill. Check out the giant outdoor screen for watch parties and enjoy craft cocktails and featured menu items. Maddie'sBar.com for full details. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, we have an excessive heat warning from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. tonight for all of southeast Wisconsin. That excessive heat warning continues until 7 p.m. tomorrow for Milwaukee, Racine, Kenosha, Waukesha, Walworth, Jefferson, and Dodge counties. But for today, very hot, humid, mostly sunny, a high of 100 degrees. Heat index anywhere from 105 to 115. And tonight, mainly clear with a low of 73. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
Guten Tag, Eliana here from Milwaukee Pretzel Company. My mom and dad usually do these commercials, but I'm taking over this month to share an important message for parents. Summer's almost over and it's time to start thinking about after-school snacks. Milwaukee Pretzel Company's soft pretzels are the perfect after-school snack. A few minutes in the oven and they're ready to go. Moms and dads love them too. You can find our pretzels in the freezer section of your local grocery store or order online at MilwaukeePretzel.com. How did I do, Dad?
Oh, great job, kiddo. I could not have done it better myself. Get it?
Dad.
Brewers action heats up with the battle against the Padres. Friday, August 25th through Sunday, August 27th. Join the crew at the Friday night series opener for Harry Potter Night, presented by Wintrust. And don't miss the game on Saturday, August 26th for a Rowdy Tellez bobblehead giveaway featuring the Brewers slugger and his pet dogs, courtesy of Toyota. Get your tickets at brewers.com/promotions.
At QC Kinetics, we have story after story of patients freed from agonizing pain through amazing regenerative treatments. But this one, well, it's extra special.
My father, who is 70 years old, had both of his knees worn out. He went to an orthopedic surgeon who said, you need both of your knees operated on. We can book you for next week.
But Dr. Daniel Zuckerman, a QC Kinetics medical director, knew he had other options.
I had him come to QC Kinetics. We treated both of his knees using our protocols with regenerative medicine. Within a few months, he was back to walking. A few months later, he was at the gym exercising 3 times a week. He can keep up with our 3.5-year-old little girl.
No surgery, no complicated rehab or downtime.
It's completely life-changing for him.
You have options too. Before they whisk you away to surgery, slow down. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Anyone who has ever needed self-storage knows what a hassle it can be. You have to rent or borrow a truck and then find someone to help you move your stuff. And let's face it, moving furniture and heavy items without damaging them isn't easy. Renting the unit is worse. The hidden fees and admin costs are scarier than the dingy facilities you're leaving your stuff in. Why not use Closet Box instead? Closet Box is self-storage without leaving home. They'll pick up your belongings, store them securely, and bring any item back when you need it. The best part? Unlike traditional self-storage, you only pay for what you store. No paying for unused storage space. Closet Box's background check storage movers are licensed, bonded, and insured and will take care of all of the heavy lifting. Closet Box's local storage centers are temperature controlled and monitored 24/7. Closet Box has an A+ rating from the BBB. Call 877-233-5696 now for the season's best rates. Get $50 off first month storage using code RADIO50. That's 877-233-5696. 877-233-5696.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He sounds like the Beatles.
Anyone?
This is a new one on me.
Listen
Even
to
I
his
don't
interview,
know.
the way he talks. He sounds like Paul McCartney. Ringo farted and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Plenty of reaction rolling in on the ESPN Milwaukee talk and text line. Chef Ed saying, I'm sticking with 6 wins, but I got to be honest, I'm more excited about this team than I was a few weeks ago. Justin and Racine saying, the guys are excited, but let's exercise some caution. It's a new era with a young team. I'm totally with the guys on this one. Slow your roll, Jen.
Yeah.
Unnamed. I could have said yeah for a couple other ones.
Yeah, she could have.
Whose side are you on?
Poopy pants.
Brett in Eau Claire weighing in saying, Chewy really de-toted Gabe bad. Jen is now the optimist on the show. Let's see. Oh, did Gabe's mom write in? Gabe's mom did write in. Chewy de-toted Gabe too much. Even your mom feels like you've gone too far, Gabe. Feel like it might be hard to argue with
I
that.
don't know how to get him back. That's the problem. I knew how to tear him down.
You just don't know
I
how to
have
build.
no idea.
Do you have any idea? You have no suggestions for how you might do this? He's a goner?
He may be.
Gabe, do you have any ideas? Would you like to
Just
get back
flatlining your Packers fandom has just flatlined. Boo.
I don't think the people will let him back.
Yes, they would. Of course
You
they
think
would.
so?
He's got a long history of being a Packers toad. You know, if he walks through those doors at the reunion, they're all going to stop and turn and clap. That's what's going to happen.
What are they going to do to us if they do go like 11 in math?
We're going to have to take a couple
Are we gonna get
months off.
Yeah, you're going to be...
I think we're just going to have to take simultaneous
Like
vacations.
I never said that.
Like the 2014 Patriots, whose average age was 25.2 and won the Super Bowl. That was the youngest team to win a Super Bowl, younger than the Green Bay Packers.
What do you think the Patriots might have had in 2014
Yeah,
that
he
the
may
Packers
have
don't?
helped.
Would it have been a
Cheaters.
quarterback?
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Camcorders is the answer. Camcorders.
And deflated souls.
PSI and whatnot. Carrie in Mayville is on the line. Carrie, good morning. You're on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Good morning. Great to talk to you guys. So I'm going to give Jen a little love here. We need a little woman power on this show today. You guys have been with a woman before. You know what it's like.
It's a large leap, Carrie, but we'll continue.
Finally.
Hypothetically, we'll continue down this
Where
road
is
with
she
you.
going?
We often think with a little more emotion sometimes. You guys have the stats going on, and it's great. And just in my opinion, I think what Jen is saying, even if this team goes 6-11, there's an excitement about it. There isn't that heavy Aaron Rodgers going to do. He had that disconnect with the rest of his players and his staff. Now everybody's playing together as a team, and I think it's going to be a lot of watch. And I don't care if they're 6-11. It's better at the end of the season when they go 6-11 as you expected than if they expect a Super Bowl and they lose in the first round.
Appreciate the call, Carrie. We also have a write-in from Melissa in Iowa. Thank you, Jen. I'm so tired about hearing how Jordan Love is going to stink. I get being realistic, but it seems like some have already made up their minds about him, and I just want to continue the narrative and be right. It's getting old. I don't need rainbows and sunshine. And I understand the Packers may struggle this year, but it is exciting to see how they do and watch them progress as a team. Gabe, do you feel like that articulates what you've been trying to say?
I feel like those are the exact words I have used for about 3 months.
How excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm very excited to see this team
9
grow because they're a young, exciting team. Like they've got some young, exciting talent. Like Christian Watson is one of the fastest players in the NFL. That's exciting to see. Jalen Reed has shown some pretty good flashes to maybe continue being in the long line of wide receivers the Packers have taken in second round, a pretty good player.
He's shown that at practice, though. I just want to be clear, right?
I think that narrative's going away, though. The Jordan Love stinking. I think that's...
Nationally, it's no longer existent.
Yeah, I think and it should. It should go.
Like, I have no idea if Jordan Love's going to be good or bad. Well, I know he's going to have some really good moments. I know he's going to have some really bad moments. Like he's going to struggle at times this year because he's the first-year NFL starting quarterback. I want to see again. So for me, the next thing I want to check off the box because first preseason game, you get that touchdown, you bounce back after the bad throw that you missed to Musgrave, the underthrow you had on the deep ball. You bounce back this week after the miscommunication on the snap. You still throw probably one of your best throws you've had in a game in this preseason to Jalen Reed. I want to see how he bounces back when the team's down. Like you're down 14-0 in the second quarter. How do you engineer? Like how do you bounce back after you throw a bad interception? Because it's going to happen. These are the next things I want to check off that I probably can't get to until we get to the regular season.
I think what me and Gabe are trying to do, and fans do this. If they start 1-4 or something, don't throw this team away. Don't start stink, fire everyone. I think don't.
Except for Joe Barry. If you want to say fire Joe Barry after 5 games,
that's fine.
We'll go along with that.
But we're kind of in the camp of Murphy where it's going to take half the season. And if it doesn't start out well, it's fine. It's fine. They don't have to start out 3-4 or 4-0. Just stick with them. Just stay with them. I kind of like the path offensively. Defense, I don't know. If he changes his ways and listens to the players and the players play with a renewed sense of energy, things may be okay.
How many coaches did you play for, college or pros, that were able to radically change what they wanted to do and have success?
I remember when it blew up. The special teams coach had us doing the stupidest punt where we would turn, 90 degrees from the line of scrimmage and then just block towards the sidelines. First game of the year at Pitt, we had 2 punts blocked. It was the dumbest thing ever. And the head coach said, no, go back to a traditional way and do it the right way. And we did.
What was his rationalization for that change?
Just everyone's responsible for a gap. It was the dumbest. You're opening up your shoulders to the punter.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the dummest thing.
Is that dumber than Zeke Elliott trying to block on that one punt at one time for the Cowboys? Or just he held his own.
But he wanted to change the technique in the middle of the game after 2 blocked punts.
I want to see video of somebody snapping it and turning 90 degrees away to try to block someone toward the sideline. I want to see
Every
video
time I
of
see
this.
Alex Van Pelt, he turns to the side of me and runs out. It's like, what the hell was that? Yeah, that is the only time. It only works, essentially in failures.
But I think to Gabe's point, if you have seen, and look, Joe Barry certainly does self-reflection. He's self-aware. He knows that what he has been doing hasn't worked statistically, and the outcomes have not been what you've wanted. So at some point, don't you go back to the drawing board if you want to exist? And isn't there a little bit of arrogance of like, I'm smart enough to know that what I'm doing isn't working, therefore we're going to pivot, we're going to change.
I feel like there's 2 types of coaches, and maybe I'm oversimplifying. But there's coaches
for sure, because there's way more than 2 types of coaches.
But there's the Bill Belichick type that is, they've run different schemes and different things, and he has tailored. The reason why I think he's had success over 25 years is he's willing to change the way he does things to fit the personnel and the team that he has.
That's what you have to do, I was just going to say.
And then there's the coaches that are, this is what we run, this is how we run it, this is why we do it, and if we do this right, nobody can stop us. And I feel like Joe Barry, over the last 2 years, has been even though it hasn't worked, this is how we do it, this is how we run it, this is why we do it type coach. So if he's that type of coach, and now he's got to flip completely the way he coaches, that doesn't seem like it's going to be.
This must be a very complicated concept for you, though, because on one hand, Captain Stubborn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So it sounds to me like Joe Barry would be a card-carrying member of the Captain Stubborn Club. How can you go against?
Well, you have to know your personnel because there's routes, Jen, that I could not run. I just couldn't run them for whatever reason. There was a Seattle route. Holmgren called it a Seattle route. I just couldn't run. It's a simulated corner, and I knew I couldn't run it, so they dial it up for Keith, which is fine. It's all about winning, right? You have to know what your players can and can't do. If a guy can't play bump, why the hell would you play bump?
Yeah.
Right? I think there is a stubbornness to Joe Barry.
But if you have a guy that wants to play bump,
sure,
why not let him do it? Especially when he's one of the top 5 corners in the NFL.
Sometimes you have to listen to the players. You really do. And that was what's so great about Holmgren. He'd be like, "What do you like?" Well, Fox to XY hook always works. There's one. But you have to listen to you don't have to listen to them all the time, but their input, because what happens on the field is so different than what happens on the sideline, what you see in the box. Because I was always taught, I think it was Sherm Lewis, you never tell a running back where to go.
Right, but now Barry's up in the box. They've been talking about that this preseason, how this is the first time he's ever gone up there.
That's why he should communicate with his players. There's some things you never tell a running back where to go because his vision is so different when he has the ball behind the line of scrimmage as opposed to the sideline or up top. Now, you can give him suggestions, but that's one rule I've, through all of my years of coaching, because you just see things, well, what about the backside? And then you watch it from the end zone camera, and you're like, ooh, I see what flashed in front of them, which spooked them. Yeah.
800-990-3776, 800-990-3776. Brian in the Shaw weighing in saying, to detode Gabe, he has to go to a dark place and say 3 positive things about the Packers. Him saying Watson and Reed could be good could count as 2. So you got to say one more positive thing. I think you have to spin around 3 times. You're a toad, so you have to jump up and down a few times. We can figure this out.
Does he have to do mushrooms?
Do you want him to? Do you have some?
Do I have to lick a toad?
Who's allowed to volunteer?
Oh, it's to lick a toad to re-toad?
Oh, he's got to throw up to purge his system like Jason's dog.
How do we re-toad
Gabe's ayahuasca
Gabe?
system?
Gabe does ayahuasca?
I feel that we could put together a program and make some money off of this.
800-990-3776. Consider Professional Construction Inc. in Waukesha for all of your construction needs, whether it's a commercial project like a multifamily or an office, or maybe you're looking for help on a remodel project, home addition, or building a new home. The PCI team is here for you. The PCI team has been here for me and my family as we continue to renovate our basement. And can I just tell you guys, it has been a pleasure. It has been a joy. It has been such a relief to work with the PCI team because, again, it's a remodel. Things are going to go sideways. There are going to be issues that crop up. Hello, pipe from the bathroom every once in a while. And the PCI team has handled every single one of those issues.
Gabe, and
No, not yet. Keep going.
With ease. Contact my friends over at PCI, professionalconstructioninc.com, professionalconstructioninc.com for more information.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN. Sunday Night Baseball is in the Bay this weekend for a battle of playoff teams.
He swings and he hits a high drive deep down the left field line. Headed from Berkeley.
The division-leading Braves visit the Giants.
Ronald Acuna, drive on the first pitch that he sees, back to the wall. Look at here, a home run and a tie ball game.
Our coverage starts Sunday evening at 5 right here on Milwaukee's home for Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio, 94.5 ESPN.
Are you looking for the perfect restaurant for your next night out? Then make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate, your next dinner destination. Specializing in artisanal American cuisine, Aria features carefully prepared seasonal entrees along with a robust selection of craft cocktails, wine, and local beer. Join them on Sundays for the restaurant's famous trademark chicken, served family style with sides like mashed potatoes, goat cheese biscuits, and more. Make your plans today to dine at Aria. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com. That's aria@stkate.com.
Anyone who has ever needed self-storage knows what a hassle it can be. You have to rent or borrow a truck and then find someone to help you move your stuff. And let's face it, moving furniture and heavy items without damaging them isn't easy. Renting the unit is worse. The hidden fees and admin costs are scarier than the dingy facilities you're leaving your stuff in. Why not use Closet Box instead? Closet Box is self-storage without leaving home. They'll pick up your belongings, store them securely, and bring any item back when you need it. The best part? Unlike traditional self-storage, you only pay for what you store. No paying for unused storage space. Closet Box's background check storage movers are licensed, bonded, and insured and will take care of all of the heavy lifting. Closet Box's local storage centers are temperature controlled and monitored 24/7. Closet Box has an A+ rating from the BBB. Call 877-233-5696 now for the season's best rates. Get $50 off first month storage using code RADIO50. That's 877-233-5696. 877-233-5696.
I'm coming.
Hi, Mark Tauscher.
Boy, you just never know when or where you're going to pop up. This time, it's my house.
Can I come in?
You're already standing in my living room.
Tausch, you have mosquitoes in here.
Oh, yeah. It's like an insect zoo right now at my house. Heads up, here comes that wasp again. Incoming!
Shoo! You need Pella's 250 series of windows with exclusive hidden screens. They fit inside the actual window and protect you from nature.
Okay, now that's just brilliant. Yes, please. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin to the rescue.
You got anything to drink around here?
Yeah, just go right ahead and make yourself at home, I guess.
Ooh, root beer.
Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, bundle and save. Get a 250 series patio door and 8 double-hung windows with hidden screens for as low as $188 per month. Visit PellaWI.com today. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offer ends 8/31/23.
Coffee drinkers and Jen, Gabe, and Chewy fans, unite! Join JGC and 1848 Coffee in New Berlin for Customer Appreciation Day this Friday. Stop by for free drip coffee and cold brew from 7 a.m. until noon. Plus, check out Jen, Gabe, and Chewy broadcasting live from 7 to 9. NASCAR drivers Ty Majeski and Ben Rhodes will be along for the ride all morning long as well, signing autographs and taking photos. Make sure you get in early. The first 50 people receive a free race shirt. Plus, you can enter to win free coffee for a year. Stop by 1848 Coffee in New Berlin on Friday for Customer Appreciation Day.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I asked what kind of family she wanted. She said, a family like yours.
Learn more about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And guess who didn't hit the hole? Zeke Elliott.
Ashton.
Well, I mean, yes. Yeah, right back there?
It's so true.
It was a direct shot. She took out the sniper rifle and just...
No, she got right up to me, took out a Glock, and just shot.
Yeah, right in the balls.
On 94.5 ESPN.
The Packers may not get to double-digit wins this season, but the temperature in Milwaukee will get to the triple digits today, if you believe your weather app. It's supposed to be 100 degrees in Milwaukee and the surrounding areas.
Am I going to die today?
This afternoon.
So the Brewers are they're allowing like unlimited bottles of water you can bring in with you. Usually they limit you to just one, but they want to make sure everybody's hydrated at the game this
Chase's
afternoon.
football practice has been moved inside for the day.
Whose?
Chase's.
Really? They have an indoor facility?
I think the gym, they got like, what do they have? Four basketball courts back to back to back to back?
Because these schools are building indoor facilities.
Some of them
now.
are.
That's crazy.
I'm going to the White Sox game today, Mike.
Yeah, it's hotter than 2 rats screwing in a wool sock,
I
Ashy.
asked you not to say it like that.
And I don't listen to you.
It was better than the original way.
No, you know what? I don't think it was. I think the original way would have been better than
Did you know that Gabe doesn't have AC?
What the hell are you going to do?
Are you just going to stay here all day?
Got no AC. I'm going to the Brewer game with my pal Eric Name this afternoon.
That's worse.
Can aim?
Yeah, we'll have beers. That's cool.
Hopefully the game will be over. It's an afternoon game?
Yeah, afternoon game, 1:10 first pitch.
Hopefully it'll be over. We'll talk to Sophia Minard a little bit later in the show.
Yeah, no AC in the house.
About the Brewers still in first place in the division.
Have you considered that to be a bad thing for you?
So my wife is Puerto Rican.
And she doesn't believe in the AC? Or
She likes it
Live
tropical.
by the equator.
She likes it tropical. So, I think today would have been, again, probably the first time in
So put a Hawaiian
5
shirt
plus
on.
years. In the
When I told you guys about me buying a sauna at the state fair, Gabe already had one.
Just for today.
Not even like one room?
Soup to nuts.
How do you sleep?
Oh, we've got fans.
Warm.
What, like 30?
We've got, she's got one on her nightstand. We've got a big fan in the ceiling fans. We got 3 fans going.
Hotter than Hades. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Hot as balls. How did that become a thing?
Balls get hot.
Yep.
It's warm down
I was
there.
about to say.
And blue.
Musty.
Well,
And they
you can
deflate.
understand why I might not understand the reference.
Speaking of balls, I gotta get a physical on Friday.
More on that next? Question mark? Anyone?
Turn your head and cough, Chew.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We do still have some delays around the area. Northbound on 41, broken down vehicle still has that right lane blocked right about at Blue Mound Road, backing things up through the Zoo interchange pretty much in all directions. As a matter of fact, 894 northbound starts to slow down right about just before Oklahoma Avenue. We got westbound on 894 slowing down from about 27th Street all the way to 60th. On the eastbound side, we've got a broken down vehicle on the right shoulder at about 60th as well. So that's going to be complicating matters as well. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. An excessive heat warning from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. today for all of southeast Wisconsin. That heat warning then extends until 7 p.m. tomorrow. For today, though, very hot and humid, mostly sunny with a high of 100. Heat index getting up to 105 to 115. Then tonight, mainly clear with a low of 73. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Bundling and saving with Geico is an easy choice, so you're free to ponder life's big questions, like what's the best animal in the world if not humans? I'd strongly consider ducks to be somewhere up there on the list. Think about it. Ducks can swim, ducks can fly, and ducks can walk on land. They have access to all terrains. They are the ultimate animal. And they wiggle their butts when they walk, which is funny. Yeah, ducks are awesome. End of story. Bundling and saving with Geico. It's an easy choice.
Get in zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My check engine light's on?
That could hurt your gas mileage. The AutoZone free Fix Finder service can help find the fix for free.
Get in zone. This whole report for free?
That's right, printed and on your phone for free.
Get in zone. But what if the fix is too tough?
We'll recommend a local shop. Fix Finder, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
This is why it's so
I would
hard.
put Justin Herbert really, really good.
Where's Justin Fields?
Okay, hold on just a damn second.
Go.
What'd you just say about Herbert?
Yeah, we're going to say the same thing, Chew.
Really good?
Hey,
Shut up! Enough already, Ballstein! Who cares about Derek Zoolander anyway? The man has only one look, for Christ's sake! Blue Steel? Ferrari? Latidra? They're the same thing!
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm your attorney. I advise you to proceed cautiously into this one, okay?
So there's not a lot of really, really good.
I'm pouting. This is me pouting.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills! I invented the piano key necktie! I invented it! What have you done, Derek? Nothing!
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
mouth. She wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight. He ain't doing nothing but running his mouth.
And speaking of hot as balls, as we expected to be in the Milwaukee area today, I'm watching Swamp Kings. You know what you think of when you think of hot as balls and swamp, right?
Lucas Glover.
Who's Lucas Glover?
Oh, yeah. He was swampy down there.
Is that a teammate of Chew's?
No, so he's a professional golfer. They were playing in Memphis a couple weeks ago, a playoff event. And the dude's leading the event. Right? And he ended up going on and winning the event. But Memphis in August, as one might imagine, a little warm. And
two rats.
They might have been doing some things in his pants. He decided to wear light-colored pants. You could see the swamp ass. And CBS did him no favor. Like, he makes this big putt and has like a minute walk to the next tee, and CBS has a camera behind him the entire time. I swear, your eyes could not look at anything but this man's ass and how sweaty it was.
If I search on X, will I find it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lucas Glover.
I think they
swamp
auctioned
ass.
the pants off, too, didn't they? Or give them to charity, or...
What kind of charity?
I don't know.
You're supposed to wear dark pants. You're supposed to wear like navy blue or dark blue.
Oh, yeah. Today,
you wear white, I thought.
No. Because you don't wear white and you don't wear khaki.
Let me tell you what I'm not wearing today.
Why, streaks?
Because of
The
what you just
swamp
said.
ass.
Yeah, but white's not going to show the wetness.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Really?
Turns gray.
Yeah. On the pants.
Yeah, but you're going to be extra hot wearing dark pants.
Correct.
Right, but it's the trade-off.
Yeah.
You'd rather wear the dark, knowing you're going to sweat. You're going to sweat either way. Mm-hmm. So you'd rather wear the dark to
I'd
disguise
go
the
with
sweat.
the white.
No, that's horrible.
No, do you want people looking at your ass all day?
Ill-informed.
Like this physical that I got coming up, I'm like,
What?
I'll trade off the blood work for the digit.
Why?
Because I do not like needles. I am horrified of needles.
You're saying
it's a phobia.
He's saying he'll take the digit, just so everybody's clear.
Right?
No.
You like needles?
I give myself a shot every week.
Ugh. The girls are tougher. I get it.
Mark that.
Yeah, no, just in general.
No, they are. They're tough. You got to give them
agree.
that.
I agree.
No one's going to argue
You're
that
the only
point right
one that
now.
has to convince yourself of that. We all agree with it.
Yeah.
I got him at 6. But should I?
I like that line, huh?
Ever heard. I'm watching Swamp Kings. Swamp Kings, right? Swamp
Yes.
Kings. I'm only one episode in. Ashley, you're a little bit further along.
I just started episode 3. I'm like 2 minutes into it, so I've watched the first 2 of 4 episodes on Netflix.
And I'm super into it. I got to tell you, I watched it before I went
Me
to
too.
bed last night, and I wanted to run through a brick wall. I was so pumped. I was so amped. Tim Tebow is like the ultimate motivator. Like you could just tell he has this magnetic personality. And I'm not just saying this from watching the show. I've obviously worked with Tim Tebow. He's a great guy. But he's got a magnetic personality. And, like you want to perform. You see him doing all the work. You want to perform well for him. Don't like Urban Meyer. Don't like him one bit. Don't like how it seems like maybe this is going to be a bit of a redemption tour for Urban Meyer.
I don't like him now.
What?
I kind of like him.
But you know all the
I know.
things.
And they're doing
But you like Rogers now, too.
They're doing a great job of hitting on the redemption story and just making everyone 2 episodes in, and there's 2 more to go. Like forget about the other bad things.
But
I kind of like him.
Isn't Tebow like the uber dork?
I mean, he's very religious.
Which is fine.
But I don't see him as a dork at all.
He's a dork in like a good way, I would say.
Yeah? What's a dork in a good way?
What's a good
Like,
dork?
like him. How do I describe it? Like
I mean, he's not like a Harry Potter guy. Like, I'm trying to figure I don't know.
anyone that's too rah-rah like that, I'm like, I get it, but let's tone it down a bit.
Again, having been
But he's
around
done it in a
him,
good way.
it's very authentic.
No, I'm not saying
like
it's
it's not like
authentic.
an act.
saying
It's
it's
not
dorky.
like I don't know if dorky is the word.
Chill out.
Here's what I told. So I'm watching it with Chase, and I said to him, I go, "There's going to be some scandal here, right? There's going to be like you remember Aaron Hernandez,
Yep.
Yeah.
the Pouncey situation, the Pouncey
Yeah.
boys.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there?
There was a
anything
player
with-
who had a DUI
Yeah.
before the 2009 SEC championship game.
And they haven't
Carlos
touched on
Dunlap.
any of that stuff yet. Ashley, are they going to touch on some of that stuff?
They haven't in episode 2. I can tell you that. So unless they're waiting for the last 2 episodes,
Then you can't watch it.
My guess is it seems like, based on the reaction I've seen on Twitter, it's going to be an incomplete story.
So my whole point in this is like I've enjoyed watching it, and I'm getting frustrated by that a little bit because I'm thinking, what if, for example, I'm sitting down and watching this with my girlfriend who does not care for sports at all? She would come away from this being like, "Oh, Urban Meyer's a great leader. Tim Tebow rules."
Yeah, but what if you
Nothing
knew?
wrong
what
with
Well,
if-
Tim
what if
Tebow
you
does
knew
rule.
it was
I just
all-
want to be clear about that. She's
What
right
if you
on
knew
that.
it was all fake?
That's the thing. I know it's fake, and I'm still buying into it a little bit, which is frustrating.
You can feel yourself being entranced.
I'm like, oh, Urban Meyer, not that bad. Bad, but not that bad. You know, maybe a 6 instead of a 10.
Have they touched on any of the bad? Like,
they touched on.
I mean,
no.
Dan Mullins.
Have they touched on him touching?
I don't know if we get there.
I doubt that.
You mean like the gyrating at the bar?
I mean, he wasn't really the one doing the gyrating.
True, he was just sitting there and
He had Van Ness hands.
It's like, oh, poor Mr. Van Ness.
What do you mean?
A little handsy.
Don't be crabbing ass on national TV, and we won't make jokes.
I told you I met him, right?
Every now and
told you
then.
I met him at Packers training camp. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Van Ness were there.
Did you keep your distance?
No, personally, I chatted with them for a while because you always chat with whomever will chat with you.
When you were walking away, did he go, at a girl, Jen?
Great conversation.
Good job, great.
He did not. Thank you. Just made this very uncomfortable for me.
Urban Meyer.
So what responsibility does a documentarian have to address all of the things?
Tell the truth.
Yeah, no, I mean,
that's what I'm asking.
Tell the truth.
If you can't dive into everything, you either A, need to be upfront about it, or B, you can't tell the story. Because the story of Urban Meyer era Florida Gators, there was scandal involved. Like are they going to dive into at all his exit? Or are they just going to go, well, he said he was having heart issues, even though 2 years later he popped up at Ohio State.
And you guys haven't seen it yet, but there is a scene where they're showing guys wrestling in the wrestling room, and
super weird
stuff. But you guys are in the football space, so you probably have done weird stuff like that. But to me, I got to tell you, there was a moment where I was like, Northwestern.
Were they naked?
No, but like guys were lifting weights and guys were slapping each other.
Yeah,
like during the weightlifting, slapping like.
Across the face
and on the arms and stuff as you're lifting. See, I didn't know that was normal.
Like Coughlin made us wrestle for real, just short of like throwing blows.
Right.
Did you bounce off the rope, little Hulk Hogan leg drop?
I mean, it was like, okay, you two guys wrestle and go at it. And
so they have Tebow say that it might have gone too far for some people. He mentioned that some people got embarrassed, that was part of the team bonding, was embarrassing each other. And he does say, but for some, it might have gone too far. Isn't that the toxic environment? Isn't that the toxicity that we are talking about with Northwestern and whatnot? Everybody's got a different threshold for what they can and are willing to endure. But that type of stuff feels toxic to me. Why can't you just implicitly say Urban Meyer created a toxic environment?
I mean, I doubt Tebow would ever say that. But yes, that to me is part of the purpose of the storytelling. Like if you want to tell the story, don't give me just the good stuff. You got to give the entire picture. Otherwise,
well, then maybe you don't get Urban Meyer in the chair.
Then that's
you could do that. Yeah,
but again, then
I'm
be
saying
upfront.
like you say to him, "Hey, we're going to do this, but we're going to do all of it. We're going to tell all of it." And if you say that, then maybe he says, "No, I'm good. I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm not going to participate."
Why are they glorifying the program?
It would. I'm only one episode in, Ashy. It would appear as though there is a glorification. And again, why not? I mean, they won national championships.
Yeah, but they also had some
Here's how I would describe
questionable
it.
stuff that went on there.
100%. So now, again, through 2 episodes, and anyone that's watched it, please feel free to weigh in and let us know if we should keep watching it or not, or if Gabe or Chewy should even bother. But like, through 2 episodes, they have not done anything to dispel the fact or the idea that Urban Meyer knew what he was doing, in the sense of he knew what culture, quote unquote, he was building there, and he's almost taking responsibility for the culture that he built. But there's nothing about the consequences.
He uses the term militaristic. He says his father was an Army guy, his sister was in the Air Force. He came from that military background.
He's convincing himself in this documentary and trying to convince everyone else that that was normal for us.
And I will say that in this culture and in this society, the trophies are there. The championships are there. And so there will always be people that can argue that the ends justify the means.
Aaron Hernandez did some bad stuff when he was at the University of Florida.
And that's not even
bad
Having read his book, I'm well aware.
And that's not even including what he did after he left the University of Florida.
Yes.
So to not even address that,
I have no interest.
Well, and it's funny because I don't think it's going to be. I don't think. And again, Ashley's further along than I am, but I'm not getting the impression that Aaron Hernandez is going to be mentioned at all. I'm not even sure if I have seen a clip of Tim Tebow throwing to Aaron Hernandez. Now, to be fair, they haven't really gotten to Tebow starting in the first episode.
In the second episode, Aaron Hernandez's name was mentioned in the great 2007 recruiting class. Like, he was just mentioned in passing of all the guys that they had recruited. They've got to do something. Like, even if it's not the entire stuff, like, there's got to be something mentioned in it. Right?
And I'm not talking what he did when he was with the Patriots.
Right.
This is what happens when he was at the University of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with Gabe. I mean, I have no interest in watching.
So you're basically saying take it with a grain of salt.
Yes.
Much like Packers practice and preseason.
Yeah.
We're just taking everything with grains of salt now. We're not really getting super invested in anything here.
Well, you're going to need salt today. Going to be a little swampy.
The fact that you were able to weave that back, I believe
He's
he
a
did.
professional.
I believe he did that. Was it
I can tell you
yesterday or
this
the day
about
before?
salt. You know what saltpeter does? How aptly named is that?
I don't even know what saltpeter is.
You don't know what saltpeter does?
Saltpeter?
We claim that when we played with the Packers, they were putting saltpeter in our food at St. Norberg's.
What is saltpeter?
I gotta look this up. Hold on.
What is saltpeter?
I don't know what saltpeter is.
The word Peter's in it.
I assumed that had something to do with it, but...
Peter, you've told us that
It
before.
gives you the inability to get a Woody.
Saltpeter is potassium nitrate.
And castration?
No.
Just, you can't
Chemical?
get it up.
Chemical?
It's like,
isn't that
what's
like
wrong with you?
Isn't that chemical castration?
It comes back.
Wears off.
Temporary chemical.
Yeah.
Actually, read the side effects from
So do roofies, Chew.
Hello?
I'm reading. I'm trying to.
He wants to read in his
Yeah.
head before he reads into the
100%.
microphone.
I heard it started out in the military where they'd give it to people in the military. Someone call in where they wouldn't get a Woodrow Wilson.
How many other things do you
So
call
we
it?
claimed that in training camp at St. Norberg's, they were putting saltpeter in our food.
Okay, so you don't know that they were doing this.
But obviously they were having a discussion. If a lot of people were having issues with the Woodrow Wilson...
Yeah. You know what we should talk about
All right,
again?
how do I do
Ice
this?
cream. Remember how it was too hard? So you add the milk. You just needed a little...
I'm watching Skinamax and nothing is happening.
Good luck, Gabe.
Just so you know, lots of people are weighing in on the old talking text line. Pete McGuanago saying, yes, they would give it to inmates to make them limpy.
Limp Biscuit. Good luck.
Palermo's is Wisconsin's hometown pizza. Palermo's has been making great tasting frozen pizza, including Palermo's, Connie's, Irvin Pie, Screamin' Sicilian. Look, they have so many different brands within Screamin' Sicilian. They also have, from the hit Netflix series Stranger Things, Surfer Boy Pizza under their umbrella. There's no wonder they have a pizza for every flavor because they've been doing this for over 55 years. So keep an eye out for your favorite Palermo's pizza in the freezer section at your local grocery store. Palermo's. It's Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Backups continue on northbound 43 from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up past Keith. The southbound side slow from before Hampton all the way down past Locust. We've got northbound on 41 kind of backed up because the right lane is blocked with a broken down vehicle right about at Blue Mound Road. It's affecting your ride pretty much through the zoo in all directions, so be prepared for those backups. And then westbound 894 riding the brakes from 27th Street all the way past 60th. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, an excessive heat warning from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. tonight for all of southeast Wisconsin. And then the excessive heat warning continues until 7 p.m. tomorrow. But for today, very hot and humid, mostly sunny with a high of 100. Heat index anywhere from 105 to 115. Then tonight, mainly clear, a low of 73. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
So you won't listen to their music because of this? Was it a bad breakup?
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I don't know. You play one of their songs on
this
our
guy
show.
broke up with Florida Georgia Line. You should like him more.
I do like Tyler. Yeah, it's a good career move for him.
You're still not going to go to the concert.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Buckle up. It's all systems go at Potawatomi. Plug in to High Wattage Play and you could win an all-electric BMW i7. Play now through September with your club card. Prize drawings on Thursdays. There's a shocking $800,000 in total prizes on the line, including the luxury BMW i7. It's time to electrify your drive. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More info at paysbig.com/BMW. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
This is the year to buy the woman you love a big anniversary diamond.
What's a big anniversary diamond?
A big anniversary diamond is any diamond that's at least twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Why twice as big?
A big anniversary diamond says, I love you twice as much today as the day I married you.
People are always so happy when they see the price we can give them.
Kessler's has wonderful prices on 1 carat, carat and a half, 2 carat, and 3 carat big anniversary diamonds.
People will ask you about your big diamond everywhere you go.
So big anniversary diamonds are the hot new trend?
It began with men buying big anniversary diamonds for the women they love, but now it's gone to a whole new level.
Women are now buying big anniversary diamonds for their men.
Women are saying, two can play that game.
I like games that two can play.
Everybody likes games that two can play.
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I have told you about the delicious pizza and Italian snacks that you can find at Proof Pizza inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel. But now there's even more to be excited about. The restaurant has added new sandwiches to the menu. Available every day from 11 to 4, you can enjoy items like the Red Rock Chicken BLT, the Meatball Hero, and more. Order from the counter at Proof or directly from the bar at St. Kate. Explore the new sandwiches and the rest of the menu at proofpizzamke.com.
Evans Transportation is stoked for the Milwaukee baseball playoff push. After all, they're the complete player when it comes to logistics. But instead of being a 5-tool player, Evans is the ultimate 3-tool logistics partner. When manufacturers have accounting, shipping, and tracking needs, they come to Evans. And for the record, Evans is happy to leave the stuff to the real players. They'll stick to logistics. Good luck to Milwaukee from Evans and Delafield. Find them at evanstrans.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I have told you how many times. Do not mess with electricity, Chew.
And I don't. I did. I did. But I don't.
Incident?
There was one.
Plumbing, you're going to get wet. Electricity, you're going to die.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We will talk to Sophia Minert in about 10 minutes about your Milwaukee Brewers. Should we ask her about Milverine?
Absolutely.
I saw the video.
Oh, I haven't even seen the video.
I saw the video.
Was it a strike?
They didn't show over the plate. They just showed him out there.
Did they make him wear a shirt?
Did they make him up? Like comb his whatever?
No,
his back hair?
not even a little bit.
Not
even
I've
a little
seen
bit.
pictures of
Yeah,
him.
he knows.
Okay.
He looks like the movie.
Yeah, the Wolverine.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is that the name of the movie?
That's the name of the character, but there is a movie called
What's the
Wolverine.
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Jack Human, yeah.
I was close.
I like Jack Jackman better than Jack Human, which is what it would have been if he had swapped the syllables.
Did they make him wear a shirt?
He did not wear a shirt.
Thank God.
That's so awesome.
Thank God. Well, I mean, if he made the Milverine wear a shirt, he'd have been unrecognizable.
Correct. Although the hair was still very distinctive.
Nobody, I mean, I don't know if anybody's actually ever seen him in public wearing a shirt.
How old do you think the Milverine is?
He's got to be in his 50s.
Mid-50s.
So does he walk around like Highwayman?
He just walks around Milwaukee without a shirt.
Freeway?
That's what I was afraid he was doing. Highwayman? His name's Freeway.
Oh.
It is amazing what he just did.
I was
clear,
willing to move on.
I'm not. Clear and concise name. Instead of just telling what it is, he calls him something close to it, but like right on the edge.
Should they have him
he's
next? Throw out the first pitch?
Well,
It's Homer's guy, isn't it?
I think he passed away.
What?
Did Freeway pass away? I'm not sure. Homer would know. There's college football this weekend, Chew.
Transition.
Yes.
Are you watching Notre Dame Navy?
Definitely.
How about USC San Jose State?
Yes, I will get my fill.
Absolutely. 100%.
NBC?
No question.
Is
NBC is Navy Notre Dame for sure.
So there's no great games, though?
No.
I'll still watch. Love it.
I am going to call BS on you watching San Jose State and USC.
What time is it?
7 o'clock.
No.
Still be up Saturday?
You're going to be doing something at the lake. You're going to get distracted.
I got buddies coming in Saturday, so they'll be coming back from Lambeau.
Okay.
Because I got them tickets to go to the preseason game, cooking dinner, which will happen around 7 o'clock. Back deck, boom, roasted. And it's supposed to be 74.
It's supposed to be really
75?
nice this weekend.
It's supposed to be lush. Oh, I'll be all over that, yeah.
Did you see that Will Levis signed a lifetime contract with Hellman's Mayonnaise? Will Levis, of course, famously the quarterback of Kentucky who put mayonnaise in his coffee. Didn't we try that? I feel like we tried that.
Yeah, I did, and it was gross.
Somebody tried it. I refused to.
The things I do for you people.
I believe I tried it as well. I don't even like coffee.
It was gross.
When we go to the coffee place this weekend.
Yes, you have to drink coffee.
No, they probably have something else. They probably have chai.
Latte or something.
On Friday, we're going to be at 1848 Coffee in New Berlin
How
off
do you
National
spell
Avenue.
C-H-I?
Chai.
It's chai.
Chai tea, not chi-chi latte.
Not Chi-Chi Rodriguez.
Spelled the same way.
No, it's not.
Chi is C-H-I. Chi-Chi is C-H-I-C-H-I.
Wait, C-H-A-I.
That's chai.
That's what I have.
Yes, he's...
No.
I don't know. Third base.
You want a chai one?
That's it. The show's over. We're not getting better than that. Sorry, Sophia. We're not going to get to you today. That's it. Wildy and Tausch coming up in 35 minutes.
Just left. Lifetime supply of mayonnaise. What? I use mayonnaise. Tuna salad, chicken salad, and whatnot. What would you like a lifetime supply of? What would you like to sign a deal for? Is it an alcoholic beverage? Is it a food, like a Chipotle? I could do Chipotle forever.
Wine. I'd do wine forever.
Yeah, you would do a wine.
Yeah.
This is easy for me, for being quite honest.
Desserts?
Butter.
Oh, what? Wait, time out.
Eat butter.
You can't eat butter.
But think of how many things you use butter for. And think of how many
used
things I use
butter on my
for.
steaks last night after watching my guy.
I'm saying butter is an underrated one.
Sure. Every time I go to Costco, I do buy the stack, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Butter's expensive if you buy it in just the one pack at a time.
you got to go to Costco. You want me to pick some up for you next time I go to Costco?
Maybe.
Happy to do that for you. Just bring in a thing of butter. Here you go, Ashley. Toss it
Butter me
over.
up with that idea.
Dave from Aaron asking if we've tried the mac and peaches yet.
No,
we're waiting.
I am looking forward to doing that.
Why is that on me?
Because
you got to make the
chef.
mac and
Make
cheese.
it.
I'll bring in the canned peaches. How's that sound?
That's true. Did I say that? I don't remember that.
You did say that.
Okay.
What would you like a lifetime supply of? In honor of Will Levis, who signed a deal with Hellman's Mayonnaise, and he will get a lifetime supply of mayonnaise. And that's the other thing. Are there a lot of mayonnaises out there? Hellman's and Duke are the only ones I can think of. But
you got Kraft has one.
What is the what's the non-mayonnaise that is mayonnaise?
Oh, Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip.
God, I love Miracle Whip.
Really?
Miracle Whip
Love
stinks.
it so much.
Gross.
Love it so much. I don't use it very often, but if I had my choice on a tomato sandwich,
Miracle Whip stinks.
What goes
Mayo's
in
better.
mayonnaise? I know eggs do.
Yep.
What
Oil.
else?
Eggs and oil. That's it.
Eggs and what?
Oil.
Kind of gross.
Can make your own.
but you like
Do you think
eggs.
you could fry those up in like a pan?
Ooh, could you fry mayonnaise? God, I'm having.
You can't. Actually, you can't fry mayonnaise.
No.
Because the oils, the fats in the oil, the mayonnaise. So it's not like lard.
That
Like
was
lard,
not fake either.
Like lard, you can actually fry stuff in.
Can you turn off your microphone? I don't want people
It's the
puking
oil.
in their
What would
cars.
happen if you put mayonnaise inside of just eggs?
Why am I?
What do you mean? Put it
Why
inside
am I
of it?
having a reaction to this, you guys?
I
This
don't
is
know,
making
but
me-
I'm actually concerned for Jen right now. Her eyes are
Why is this
watering.
Why,
making
you
me-
don't like eggs?
No, I like eggs, but the idea of frying mayonnaise is making.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You don't fry the mayonnaise. You're saying you put the mayonnaise in with the eggs when you scramble it.
Yes.
I mean, it wouldn't do a whole lot per se. It's like it's fat and oil, and the oil is going to cook out of it.
Like my brother, I remember, was disgusting, would put mayonnaise on asparagus and
That's
love
normal.
it.
How is that much different than how?
I put vinegar. I love vinegar.
How
Can you
is that?
can you excuse yourself from the conversation and just go to the bathroom?
No, I'm having FOMO,
Some
but
people
I don't
use
understand.
mayonnaise with fries.
Blah. Okay, I'm back. How is that any different than hollandaise sauce?
Someone just texted me on the private text line and said, if you freeze mayonnaise, you can deep fry it. I've never tried that, but I'd
Oh my
like
God,
to.
I'm going to be sick again. Please stop talking about
Let's get her sick.
mayonnaise.
You're
oh
the
my
one who
God.
brought it up.
But I didn't think that we would be talking about just all of the disgusting ways to treat mayonnaise. Oh, God,
that's on you. The expectations here have been pretty clear from day
boil
one.
mayonnaise like a thing that egg you drop in there.
Hey, Bubba Gump Shrimp over there.
No,
you can't. He's like, what are we
We're trying to get her to throw up.
Shrimp sauce, shrimp
No,
scampi,
it's fried mayonnaise, boiled mayonnaise,
poached mayonnaise.
You can't do that scientifically, but I mean, we could try all these things. Like I use mayonnaise instead of butter when I make grilled
Hey,
cheeses.
let's keep it with one thing at a time. And how about you make the mac and cheese with peaches
I'm not gonna
before
lie,
we start
I
doing all these mayonnaise?
How about if you guys answer a damn question?
What's
What
your
would you
question?
like a lifetime supply
I
of?
already did.
Ashley's the only one who said butter.
Wine.
Gabe.
Palermo's pizza.
Jeez, Louise.
I'd rather talk about mayonnaise.
What about you? Celsius?
Okay.
Lifetime supply of Oreos.
Really?
Oh, you're back on the Oreo train.
Yeah. Oh, we were back together like 3 days later, Gabe. I don't know.
Didn't realize it was that quick.
But I only want the original. I don't want any of the other foo-foo, random, bougie. I want the original Oreo. Lifetime supply. Make it happen.
Double stuff?
Double stuff.
Regular.
Gotta be double
No,
stuff.
regular.
double stuff.
Original.
Regular's not even in my top 10.
Can I tell you guys something? My abs hurt from the dry heaving.
I was
maybe a
legitimately
new app.
concerned
I
when your
thought
eyes
I was
started.
going to yak. The good news is the only thing I had for breakfast this morning was this.
What could you drink 16 ounces
Smoothie.
of?
Look like baby
What
poop
could you
coming
drink
out.
16 ounces of? Ketchup, mustard, or mayonnaise?
Great question.
Ketchup. All day, every day.
Ketchup,
Ketchup.
mustard.
No, too spicy.
I think it's
Spicy.
the mustard.
I like mustard, but
Acidic.
but 16 ounces?
Ketchup to me is kind of gross.
Grosser than mayonnaise? What are we doing?
Oh, yeah, mayonnaise, but I would probably say mustard.
I think I'm going mustard.
Yeah, mustard.
What, mayonnaise?
The way he says it.
So if you had to eat a cup, 16 ounces is a cup, right?
Sure. No.
I think it
No.
is. No?
Cup's 8.
Yeah, it'd be like 2 cups.
Are
Yeah.
you sure?
I think so.
8 ounces? That seems low.
8 ounces is a pound.
What? No, 16.
Yeah, 8
is.
fluid ounces. So 2 cups.
16 ounces is a pound.
Yes.
I was curious how he would react. He would just go along with it. I was just going to tell him a bunch of numbers
So
and a bunch
it's
of things.
2 cups. We're asking
cups.
people to drink 2 cups of mayonnaise, mustard, or mayo.
Yeah.
Mustard.
Mayo's last.
Mustard.
I think I could do
Again,
ketchup.
it depends upon the mustard, but if it's just like a yellow mustard or
I would argue
Yeah,
that you
man, just
use
plain
a
a
cup
rat
of
sauce.
mayonnaise in recipes. You use a cup of mayonnaise when you make a dip. It'd be like eating a dip.
Ooh, do you guys want me to shatter some glass for you guys on something that involves mayonnaise?
like
Wait,
Stone Cold
shatter
Steve
some
Austin?
glass.
What are we
What
doing?
is
You
that
know, like
mean?
or break the glass. What's it called? Like
Sure.
share a secret. Whatever. Pretend I didn't say that part. Anyways, some places you put mayonnaise in their cakes to keep them
I knew
moist.
that.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that. Chocolate cake.
Portillo's.
Portillo's does that.
So
yeah.
good.
Don't
Okay.
act like you're so smart.
Sorry,
A lot of people don't know
changed
that.
my mind.
Yeah.
I changed my mind. Lifetime supply of Portillo's chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake shakes, the best.
Cake shake?
The chocolate cake shake.
The cake shake is good.
Yeah, it's the only
From where?
redeeming thing.
Portillo's?
They have.
Portillo's.
It's really the only redeeming thing.
At Portillo's?
Yeah.
No, their Italian beef is outstanding.
Absolutely, a million %.
Yes. Wet?
Are you just?
Yes.
Are you
Oh,
just?
wait, dip. They call it dip, just like.
Are you talking down to any other hot dog place? Is that what you're doing over there?
Stand strong, Gabe. Come on, back me up here.
Just rod-
You were
hot
you were
dogs
there
legit.
last week.
I
mean,
was.
Back me up.
Just make the damn macaroni and cheese, all right?
It's all right.
I didn't realize that I said that, so that's my bad.
Ashley, you're like Samsung trying to take down Apple right now. Like Portillo's, I feel like has a pretty good stronghold.
they know what they're doing.
in
Samsung, though,
space.
they
Yeah, they're coming.
got-
You're right.
So
They
just
are
watch out.
making moves. Sophia Minert next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
With a local Milwaukee team, Fifth Third knows what success looks like. They've been serving businesses and individuals in the area for nearly 15 years, including longstanding commitment to the healthcare industry. From expansion to technology to reducing the risk of fraud, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions across the healthcare spectrum to meet the complex moments you're navigating. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We still have some backups out there. Northbound on 41, slowing from the Zooter change up past Blue Mound Road. We did have an earlier disabled vehicle that was blocking lane of traffic. That actually has been picked up, so the delays are working themselves out. Southbound 43, slowing down from Hampton Avenue all the way down past Locust. The northbound side slow from Fond du Lac Avenue up past Keefe. We've also got 894 westbound Out of the Mitchell Interchange, going to be slow all the way to about 60th Street. Traffic is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, an excessive heat warning from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. tonight for all of southeast Wisconsin. That excessive heat warning continues until 7 on Thursday for all of southeast Wisconsin as well. But for today, very hot, humid, mostly sunny with a high of 100. Heat index 105 to 115. And tonight, mainly clear with a low of 73. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Let's face it, talking about life insurance is never easy. But after we watched a close friend lose her husband with no insurance, we decided that wasn't going to happen to our family.
Yeah, but shopping for life insurance can be almost as difficult as talking about it.
But then we heard about Ethos Life Insurance. They're a new kind of life insurance, built for people on a busy schedule who don't have time for unnecessary doctor's visits, fine print, or hidden fees. You know, who want to keep it simple.
I couldn't believe how easy it was. We answered a few basic questions, and within minutes, we had an estimate of what it would cost and what sort of policy made sense for us.
I never imagined a life insurance could be so affordable.
And accessible.
The peace of mind knowing that our future is secure, it just removes a lot of the fear around getting older and...
Yeah, the unexpected.
I'm glad we talked about it.
I'm glad we went with ethoslife.com.
Go to getethos.com now for your free estimate. That's getethos.com. Getethos.com.
The Saganiac Planning Marquette Conference Championship moment. 2013, the first Big East Conference Championship, regular season champs. 14-4 with Louisville and Georgetown won their last 4 conference games, including wins over nationally ranked Syracuse and Notre Dame. 11 players with more than 200 minutes. Blue, Gardner, Wilson, Derek and Jamil, Cadugan, Lockett, O'Toole, Mayo, Taylor, Anderson, and Thomas. 2013 Big East regular season champion.
If you're a company owner offering medical insurance for your employees, you may be sick and tired of the constant increase in rates or change in benefits. Now's the time to take a look at a different type of plan. At Saganiac Planning, we call it level funding. It's an opportunity to keep premiums low and possibly receive a return of your premiums. For more information regarding level funding, please call Steve Llewellyn, 262-783-6161. That's 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Gabe, where do you think our group should be taking our golf trip next year?
Jason, I don't know. Do you have time to figure it all out and get all the reservations made? I certainly don't.
Not really. I mean, I'm so busy. If I only knew somebody to call that might do all the work for us.
Oh, I know about Wisconsin Golf Trips. Their main business is booking groups from around the world to play all the great courses in our state, but they're now doing outbound trips for groups each year to places like Michigan, Minnesota, and Nevada. Plus, Wisconsin Golf Trips is even booking custom packages for Scotland and Ireland.
Oh, wow. Let's hit them up.
WisconsinGolfTrips.com.
Coffee drinkers and Jen, Gabe, and Chewy fans, unite! Join JGC and 1848 Coffee in New Berlin for Customer Appreciation Day this Friday. Stop by for free drip coffee and cold brew from 7 a.m. until noon. Plus, check out Jen, Gabe, and Chewy broadcasting live from 7 to 9. NASCAR drivers Ty Majeski and Ben Rhodes will be along for the ride all morning long as well, signing autographs and taking photos. Make sure you get in early. The first 50 people receive a free race shirt. Plus, you can enter to win free coffee for a year. Stop by 1848 Coffee in New Berlin on Friday for Customer Appreciation Day.
From the latest happenings on the diamond.
This team will come up with a lot of different things. So for now, we've got a cheesehead, and it works.
To all the insight and expertise on things outside the ballpark.
I'm out on deep dish pizza. Sorry.
No, do not apologize for that take.
Yeah,
it's the
you
correct
don't have
take.
to apologize for being out on deep dish pizza.
We only turn to one person. Batter up. It's Sophia Minert on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Brought to you by Ewald Automotive. Shop the Ewald Automotive Group's exclusive best used car selection of over 600 of your favorite cars, trucks, and SUVs. Visit any of their 8 locations or shop online at ewaldauto.com. And by Century Foods. Win the ultimate baseball fan experience from Century Foods. You could throw out the first pitch, hold the finish line for the famous racing sausages, or be on the field for batting practice. Enter at your local Century Foods.
Always great to get the latest from our friend Sophia Minert over at Valley Sports Wisconsin. Brewers on a bit of a roll. Sophia, I guess 36 games remaining in the season. I guess what lead feels safe to you as the Brewers wrap up the final month-ish of the year?
Clinched feels safe to me.
Yeah, at least 7 with 6 to play, something like that.
Yeah, something like that is what feels safe to me. No, I think that's kind of been the story of this division, is just how close it's been. It's been essentially 3 teams that have kind of traded turns at the top. It's a 3.5 game lead now. That's as big as what it's been. And then that only happened as of maybe a week ago now. I think it was on the road trip that they were able to extend that lead past 2.5 games. So we are used to this thing going down to like the very end. That's just historically how this has gone for this team. Even in 21, when they built a big lead, they didn't clinch until the final home game of the season with essentially 1 week to play. So I think clinched is what we're going for.
Sophia, with this regular season coming to an end, how are the rule changes received? Do you think they'll all stay in place for next year? Will they add more, or will they take some away?
I think it's all been overwhelmingly positive. I think probably the biggest one that I think the players had questions about was the pitch timer. How that might affect games or injuries or, at-bats or just all of it. I think anything that affects their routine is probably what the players are most focused on. And I think because they had the time in spring training, by the time that the regular season rolled around and even really into those first couple weeks of the regular season, everyone adjusted pretty quickly. I feel like we don't even think about it anymore. And I think the players have kind of all adjusted their routines appropriately. So as far as I know, I have not heard of anything being removed. Obviously, those are more off-season decisions, but all of these rules will also stay in place for the postseason.
They've kind of figured out the outfield a little bit, but is there any chance that Garrett Mitchell makes an appearance for this team before the season's out?
Yeah, it was great to see Garrett yesterday. That's the first time we've seen him since he had his shoulder surgery in May. It was the middle of April when he went down with that shoulder injury. And when he went in for the surgery, it ended up being a far more significant injury than what they anticipated. It was essentially a full 360-degree tear of the labrum. So that typically has like a 6-month recovery. So the fact that we're even having a conversation about him maybe coming back is pretty good for Garrett. He's still on a tight timeline. He's been in Arizona the whole time. He's been rehabbing. He's now doing all baseball activities. He's on the field, running around, throwing, playing catch. He's hitting. It doesn't really appear to affect him hitting or in the cage at all. But like anything, he's been out for a really long time. And so it's building up repetition, it's building up strength, and also just being like game ready, right, of like what your body can sustain. So he is absolutely going to need a rehab assignment if that's even going to be part of the conversation. And the AAA season will end 1 week before the end of the regular season, so September 24th. So both for he and Aaron Ashby, who's working his way back from a shoulder surgery as well, that's kind of the timeline. Is like if you're, Aaron's a little bit more ahead in terms of he could go out on a rehab assignment in the next week or two, but we'll see with Garrett. I mean, he could definitely make an impact, but at that point, we'll kind of see where the team is, if there's a need, where he's at physically. There's just going to be a lot of factors that go into that decision.
Sophia, what's your game plan for today's game? There's like an excessive heat warning. They're letting people bring in more bottles of water to get through it. Gabe is going to the game, but Gabe doesn't have to be on television. So what's the plan of attack here to make sure this is a legitimate thing, right? You're thinking about this.
No, I am thinking about this, and I'm thinking about this because, Jen, you can relate to this as like, I'm sure some of like your early college game day weeks or like covering Packers training camp or whatever. I'm getting ready, and I'm like, why am I even bothering putting this makeup on, So I'm going to go sunscreen, whatever makeup I think will stay on my face, heavy setting spray, probably another layer of sunscreen spray, probably a ponytail of some kind, a lot of water, electrolytes, bring some liquid IV. That's kind of my plan. I don't know. And yes, for the fans coming today, Gabe included, you can bring in as much water as you would like.
But we talked about this earlier when we were talking about Lucas Glover. You're very conscious of the color of clothes you're wearing, right? Like when it's going to be hot and you're going to be sweating. Because Chewy was like, you got to wear white. You got to wear white. It's light.
Nope. Unless it's like, loose fitting, that's probably not the move for girls anyway. No, I mean, it's like you'll find the right dress or top that's sort of breathable, I guess, and light and hopefully not black. So yeah, that's kind of the move.
Well, speaking of hydrating, Sophia, if you had to drink 16 ounces of a fluid and your three choices were mayonnaise, mustard, or ketchup, which one would it be?
Oh my God. That's disgusting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but what's your answer?
But however, you're on the show, so you got to answer the question.
I don't need an answer, Sophia.
Mayonnaise, mustard, or ketchup? Okay. Oh, God.
Just like a regular yellow mustard, in case you were curious.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm going to go ketchup, begrudgingly.
That's what I said as well.
That was pretty
My
good.
order is actually
The
ketchup,
other
then
two-
mayo, then mustard.
Really?
Really?
Too spicy. And I like mustard.
Yellow mustard?
Yeah, it's got that, the mustard seed. It's
spicy?
Yes.
Yellow mustard.
Yes.
16 ounces is also more than what you think it is.
It's two
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a pint glass.
Yeah, it's too full. Yeah, well, yeah, for the beer drinkers
pint
out there.
glass? Good grief.
I
You
mean,
guys are
that's
terrible.
horrifying. Why did this come up, may I ask?
Why does anything
Do I want to know?
So very legitimate question.
Who can say?
Do I want to know?
Sometimes we don't know.
Hold on. I think we can figure this out, though.
No, this is easy. This is easy to track.
Okay.
Will Levis.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But Will Levis, then what? Then you went
Then
to
Chewy's
mayonnaise.
brain.
No,
yeah, then
then we went to fried mayonnaise.
Right. You're just trying to see if I...
And Jen started gagging. I'm like, all right, let's try to get her to throw up.
So Will Levis, Sophia, to catch you up, Will Levis, the quarterback who was drafted by the Tennessee Titans, signed a lifetime contract with Hellman's. So he gets, lifetime supply of
mayonnaise for life.
So then that got us. Then Chewy got obsessed with what mayonnaise was made out of. Started coming up with different ways you could prepare mayonnaise. Like he wanted to deep fry it
or
boil it, and a lot of different things. And then his brain finally arrived on if you had to drink one, ketchup, mustard, mayo, which would you pick?
As one naturally wonders.
Yeah.
It's you know what? It's got a tinge of Will Ferrell doing Harry Carey. If the moon, were made of cheese, would you eat it? There's a tinge of that there. Sophia, stay cool out there. We appreciate your insight to the Milwaukee Brewers. We look forward to chatting with you again soon.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
She's Sophia Minnaert. Watch her on Bally Sports Wisconsin on your Brewers broadcast.
If you were a hot dog and you were hungry, would you eat yourself?
Are you looking for the perfect restaurant for your next night out? Then make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate, your next dinner destination. Can you do better? You got a better Harry Carey?
No, I wouldn't try because I would know it would be bad.
Specializing in artisanal American cuisine, Aria features carefully prepared seasonal entrees along with a robust selection of craft cocktails, wine, and local beer. My fear would be that I'd always be doing Will Ferrell doing Harry Carey. That's what a lot of people end up doing when they do their Harry Carey impression. Join them on Sundays for the restaurant's famous trademark chicken served with family style with sides like mashed potatoes, goat cheese, biscuits, and more. Make your plans today to dine at Aria inside St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com. aria@stkate.com.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN. Football Guy.
Huddle up, Milwaukee. Ewald Automotive is calling a 2-minute warning on remaining 2023s. Rush in today for Ewald's Model Year Closeout Sales Event. Shop every 2023 model at the lowest prices of the year. Score big with our low price guarantee. And go long with our 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. So make the winning play. Get to the Model Year Closeout Sales Event going on now.
Go to EwaldAuto.com.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
Does that knee pain keep getting worse? How about that pain in your shoulder or your hip or your back? Don't let them tell you steroids and surgery are your only option. Take my advice now and call QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Tony Smith. QC Kinetics can make that pain go away with all natural advanced regenerative medicine. They're helping people here in Milwaukee every day with these amazing natural treatments that restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Regenerative medicine uses concentrated healing agents from your own body to stimulate that damaged tissue in your joints so they can work like they're supposed to. And there's zero downtime. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting medical breakthrough. Patients here are getting real, lasting relief. And they're saying no to surgery and drugs. If you have pain due to an injury or arthritis, this is a remarkable option that you need to check out. And the consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics now. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics. 414-285-3474.
Football season is about to kick off, and FanDuel is giving you the chance to win all season long. Visit FanDuel.com/play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hope is here. GamblingHelplineMA.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts. Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. 21 plus and present in select states. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max bonus $50 unless specified otherwise. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Tennessee, and Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com in Kansas. 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia.
The Bog in Saukville is Ozaki County's best golf experience. 18 championship holes designed by the legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, settled amongst 250 acres of beautiful private land. The Bog caters to golfers of all skill levels, offering a golf experience unlike any other. Come enjoy the finest golf greens in Wisconsin, and after your round, enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy the Bog.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Yes, that would have been much worse than what ended up happening.
Finally got the which would be worse and what would be better. Finally, we figured it out.
You can't just be showing your junk on national TV.
It would have got a lot of clicks.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Here we go.
Everyone is gearing up for the start of the football season for the green and gold. And we've got your chance to see the new QB under center live and in person. That's thanks to Mars Cheese Castle. Head to Mars Cheese Castle in Kenosha now and enter to win by scanning the QR code inside the store. You fill out the form, and then you'll be entered for the chance at a pair of tickets to the Sunday, September 10th season opener in Chicago. You have only until Tuesday, September 5th to enter at Mars Cheese Castle, and only one fan can be crowned the Big Cheese and win these 2 tickets. Visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com for official contest rules.
We spent some time today talking about Jordan Love and practice and how there were good reports coming out of practice. Well, Rashawn Gary has gotten good reviews as well, guys. Do you take anything away from Rashawn Gary? Looking strong in his first practice, has a chance at returning for the opener. That the headline on PackersNews.com. I mean, it's incremental, obviously. He'll still have to, get some work in. But he showed little rust, according to reports, Chew. Does that make you more optimistic about what the defense can do, having him back out there?
Yes, much more. Because I think we've learned that Van Ness is going to be a little bit of a project.
He's Rashawn Gary 2.0.
Yeah, he's going to be a little bit of a project. So if he had to start this year, I don't know how much of an impact he would have, but getting Gary back is big.
Yeah.
Big.
I'm not into, if he plays week 1, I don't think he's going to be getting his full allotment of snaps until like week 2, week 3, week 4, something like that. I think they're going to ease him in. And maybe that's just out of caution with what happened with Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins taking about a half season of games to kind of start looking like himself. But I think if you take pressure off of him, because you can, just put him in obvious passing situations, third down situations, end of game situations when you're looking to make that big impact play, and you'll be good.
On the flip side, we had been very complimentary about Zach Tom. Unfortunately, Zach Tom was on the receiving end of Rashawn Gary's lone one-on-one pass rep, and Gary beat him handily. So that's not great for Zach Tom, who Jason was touting the benefits and highlights of yesterday when we talked to him.
I think Zach Tom may wind up at center at some point in the season.
Well,
he has a center's body, low center of gravity. I love him. He's a nasty kind of. It's just when you play center, you got to know what's going on across the board. And I don't know if he's there yet.
Well, that's one of the things that
Jason
Josh
said-
Myers has talked about, of how Rodgers could make up for if he made a wrong call, Rodgers would correct him. So that's another thing you got to keep an eye out for.
Jason yesterday said he thinks that Zach Tom should be the center, but that it's not. It's unlikely he's going to unseat Josh Myers
Right now.
Oh, you think by the end of the season, though?
I think from a physical standpoint, he might even be better than Myers. But like I said, you have to orchestrate all five guys, and especially with a young quarterback. You really have to know what you're doing.
I mean, there was another snap issue in practice yesterday.
Yeah.
That continues. Maybe you see that replacement.
Before the season? You get 2.5 weeks. You think they make a change like that and throw Tom in there?
They've been kind of working him in.
It's bad, but I mean, it's nice to have the versatility, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was asking, though,
Yeah.
because is it nice to have the versatility? We
Sure.
always say, you want to be able to plug guys in if you're in a jam, but I always think that being able to specialize in one spot means you're going to be better.
Every team needs a Zach Tom, though.
Master of none.
With the number of roster spots that you're limited in, a lot of teams only carry 9 offensive linemen. So you need somebody that has that versatility to be able to play multiple positions, because you don't just have a true backup at each and every one of those spots that you can slide in. So having that versatility, every team needs a Zach Tom.
Yes. Well, you need a backup center. So you need 3 guards, you need 3 tackles, and someone that can slide into center and not miss a beat. I don't know. They have it at tackle because Yash, Tom, and Bakhtiari, and then guard Runyon, Jenkins, and who's the third guard? So they're a little light.
It's a great question. And Sean Ryan is impressed at different times at guard. I mean, I know it doesn't.
So you really need to get
Royce
through a
Newman.
season. You need 7.5 guys for not a beat up year on the offensive line, but just a typical O-line year. You need 7.5 guys, and the half guy is the one guy that can play center.
So we are still, though, tempering expectations for Rashawn Gary as he's just starting his getting back in, getting his sea legs under him, Chew.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully there's no setbacks, which is always a possibility happening with Bakhtiari. So my guess is practice him one day, give him a day off. Practice him one day, and manage him from there.
It's not like he was full bore yesterday either. He was just kind of worked in a couple of different situations.
Yeah.
So you just got to
see how it
your way.
responds.
Like an old man getting in a nice warm bath.
But as we look for places to be optimistic / excited about this team, that is something that people can kind of get a little perked up about, get a little
especially with the ACLs in this team.
Yeah, Rashawn Gary back. Now what are you going to do exotically with Quay Walker? That's the next step, okay? That's what I want to see. I want to see him treated as a special player, like a Leroy at safety who they would blitz, or, just a special kind of player, because I think he's that kind of guy.
I think you just wanted to say exotically on the show. By all accounts, Jordan Love had another great day at camp on Tuesday. Are you getting more excited for Love based solely on the reports coming from practice? 60% of people saying yes. Wide spot saying he was my quarterback after the 2021 season. Let's freaking go, as they say. John Hawks weighing in saying nothing matters except the regular season. He's always going to be judged on how he handles the week-to-week grind of being a starter. We won't know that result for a while. Meanwhile, very split on this. Area man weighing in saying, yes, I'm very optimistic about Jordan Love. And Jerry weighing in saying, but it's practice. Talk to me halfway through the season. It does feel like there are a lot of people out there who are in your camp, guys, who are not willing to make a commitment one way or another.
We're checking boxes. That's all we're doing. We're checking boxes.
You always say checking boxes. I wish that you would adopt my Mario Kart. Checkpoints. They're checkpoints. You get to keep going. You pass the checkpoint, you get to keep going.
We're checking boxes.
I think they're all in the
Are
same
you
spot.
out on Mario Kart? I thought
no,
everybody
but
loved
Mario
Kart.
Mario Kart doesn't really have checkpoints.
It doesn't. Yeah, every time you go past the thing, the finish line. No, it was Cruising USA.
It's called taking laps.
Cruising USA, you feel better about
Cruising
that?
USA, yeah. Cruising USA.
Was
had the
Mario in
checkpoints.
Donkey Kong?
Was
yeah.
Mario in Donkey Kong?
The original,
early
yeah.
on?
Yeah, because you had Donkey Kong at
Yeah.
the top throwing the barrels, and Mario was the one jumping the barrels at the bottom.
Donkey Kong was better than Mario.
Say it again.
Get out of here.
Donkey Kong? Conk?
It's a G. It's a G at the end.
Kong.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. What did you call Heinz yesterday?
Which we learned was the correct
We
pronunciation.
did learn that, and I know we didn't get to address it as much as we would have liked, but apparently Heinz is German, and the Z is a TZ.
You're welcome.
That's what it said.
That's weird. I didn't know we were in Germany. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I know,
Okay,
but sometimes
that's
you
crazy.
honor something
Weird.
by saying it the
We're
way
going to honor
that
the
it's.
Germans for this?
I am just excited for some Chai Chai Rodriguez.
Okay.
How can it be different?
Chi-Chi's
is
a different
C-H-I
thing.
and Chai is C-H-I.
No,
They're
Chai
not
is
the same.
C-H-A-I.
I've seen it C-H-I.
It's
No, you
C-H-A-I.
haven't.
Is it
You
green?
haven't
Is
seen-
it green?
No,
that's matcha.
I almost
You're
said
an idiot.
I almost said Makta though. So you know, like the razor
Ken
blade.
Makta?
Well, like the razor blade. Oh my God, Ken Makta!
The
I
Machacarena?
haven't thought about Ken Makta in years.
hope I melt today.
No, I was
God.
saying like mock, like the razor
the
blades. It's a
The
Mach
Mach 4.
Mach 5.
It's a Makta. I'll have the tall Makta,
They ran out of
please.
numbers, so they went to Makta.
Wildy and Tosh is next on ESPN Milwaukee.
Thank God.
We are still seeing some problems out on the road. 94 eastbound in Waukesha County, just east of Highway P. The right lane is blocked with a broken down vehicle, backing things up to